What's up, y'all?
Good morning. Oh, wait. Well, it could be morning where they are.
Anyway,
hey,
what's up, y'all?
it's Brunching with Regina.
It's Brunching with Regina time.
Why do you keep repeating everything I say?
Why do you keep repeating everything I say?
Okay, I still didn't get my nails done, folks. It's been really, really busy. Different projects. Yeah, leave that in there so they can know why my nails ain't done either. Okay?
Yeah, we've been, making moves and just trying to, doing family stuff and, just living life.
God is gracing us. His goodness is definitely with us and following us.
Mm-hmm. All the days of our lives.
All my life I have. No, it's not all my life. I've been all my life. He has
been faithful. Wow.
Don't put that there. I was flat.
That's all right. It's all right.
But I love that song. Ooh, Lord, that's a good song.
Hey, we got notes today, y'all.
No, he has notes. You know he's a permanent student. But yeah, it's funny because I'm a fly by the seat type girl, but he's altered me for the good. But I'm always like, yeah. So that yeah. Mm-hmm.
All good. All right. So what are we talking about today?
Jay, isn't that your line?
I just said that.
But why are you asking me?
Because it's your show.
Since my show. Don't put that in there because I just had you were supposed to ask me about my hair first. Anyway, that's why we rehearsed this, and then you still asked me something different. I'm just gonna
mouth the thing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there you go.
Anyway, y'all, since I have to do my own questions, answers, and all this
other
stuff.
So questions.
My hair is different, as you can notice. I got my locks combed out and exchanged them for sister locks or micro locks, whatever you want to call them, and it's still not finished. I started this around the time of our anniversary, June 7th. It's very taxing and expensive. However, my girl is great, Astro Locks, and she but we're still working. It's not done. So and my hair grew a lot since the locks. I like locks. I don't have to do them. But yeah, so that's what's different about my hair. So basically today we're going to be talking about I don't know how to label it. I guess the roles of a family and some of the things that we messed up on.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So setting yourself up to be blessed.
But I like the roles of a family. I like that. That's a good thing because we're not going to go do a deep dive or anything like that.
We ain't the Perrys, okay?
Yeah. So, but what we will do is we will keep it interesting. We're going to do that. But so I guess I'm going to kick it off with a question.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were having a discussion and we were talking about what changed for Regina to make her more of an easer versus a person that was, kind of like we were in conflict. And then the Bible does talk about the conflict between a man and a woman and the battle for supremacy. But I was wondering to her, I was like, well, what changed? When did it change? And
you were wondering to me. I'm being your bleepers now.
Yeah.
You were wondering to me.
I was wondering to her.
He was asking me.
I was asking. I said, when did it change?
For me, it was a process. And I started wanting more and just wondering, where is the exceedingly abundantly more than I could ever ask or think? But I think it started shifting, to be honest, when you had orders for Kentucky. So I think it really started shifting then. And when I quit my job, I got out of my comfort zone and I had to start really trusting God. Because sometimes it looks like we're trusting God, but we're really, our job is our source, and that's what, but Jesus needed to be my source. And when I quit my job, a couple of days before, like a month and a half before we were going to move, because I wanted God to see that I'm serious. I'm taking this move with him. That's when he started talking to me more. And I noticed the mirror was up and I did not like what I saw. And I realized that something in my childhood, traumatic, made me have this attitude towards men, even my own husband. So I noticed that when it was time to move, and oftentimes he moves us out of our comfort zone into, can we turn this car off? Okay, because I'm not competing with the engine. We were supposed to turn that off earlier, but the tech guy here.
Oh, I forgot.
Anyway,
I was enjoying the coolness All
Nah.
right.
Anyway, so yeah, I learned that with the move, I was transitioning to another part that maybe I could have learned a long time ago, but I'm very stubborn, which is the sister to witchcraft, which is rebellion. So yeah, yeah.
Churlish and insubordinate, basically.
Pretty much, I was doing all that because I was like, listen, no man is going to tell me what to do, and God cannot operate like that. He just can't. We was always getting by, never experiencing the fullness and the exceedingly abundantly. And here I am complaining to God, like, what are you doing? You know.
No, and I mean, of course, being on the receiving end of that, and you know, it was a struggle.
No.
I wouldn't say I loved it, but I would say I.
But he's a good guy.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, you are very good. Yeah.
But when we first, I guess the first 15, 20 years, probably,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in that time frame, I didn't understand. Well, first and foremost, I didn't know a lot about how to be a husband. A lot of our formative years in our marriage were kind of like jacked up because, you know, I was learning how to be a husband. It seems like whenever I was supporting it was like not the right thing to do. And I made mistakes too. So, you know, I made mistakes in the process. For me, the process was about getting to a point where understanding what manhood looks like, you know, what I'm supposed to be doing and what my role is. And when I got to that point, then it was just a matter of, for us, I think it was a matter of you having to come online with that. Well, he's the man, he's the head of the household, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean I'm over her, like meaning that I'm better than her. It just means that there's certain responsibilities that I have and God has placed upon me to fulfill those responsibilities. And if I'm not fulfilling those responsibilities, things go haywire.
And it's an order.
Yeah.
So and he cannot bless something out of order. No matter how hard you try, and trust me, I tried hard. Yeah. You know, no matter how much I gave, no matter how much I did one thing right, I was in a family and I needed to be in order, and I was not in order because of due to the trauma. I was just like, a man will never have an opportunity to do that to me.
I have a question for you though.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to women who are naturally dominant? Like you have a natural.
It's gonna be funny because my hair lady says, you say everybody needs counseling. And counseling doesn't always look like, I'm going to a psychiatrist, I'm going to a counselor. Counseling sometimes can look like I'm getting with someone in my church, like a mother, and I'm opening myself, someone that you can trust. And iron sharpens iron. So it doesn't always necessarily have to be, someone that's licensed. Although there are a lot of us that need licensed people, okay? Right. So they can teach us. For me, I needed a licensed person because they taught me, because I had anger problems, all kinds of stuff going on, okay, here. So I learned how to breathe, tap myself when I wanted to punch somebody out. I mean, I was going through a lot of stuff, okay? So, counseling is a good way in getting things off your chest and then realizing that maybe what is it that has me not trusting? Because that's one of the ingredients of a relationship.
Trusting God, not trusting the person.
Yes, and that is big for wives because oftentimes I wanted him to be God, like in a sense where I didn't want to serve him like God. I wanted him to do what I said, but I wanted him, everything that was wrong, I wanted him to fix. It was like I was expecting him to do stuff that I couldn't even do. So I had to like really come to the realization that you can't. The Holy Spirit actually helped me with that. He's like, you can't even do that. My Holy Spirit is rough with me. Somebody said, my good friend said, it's because of the way I act. That's a joke, y'all. But anyway, the Holy Spirit really interrogated me and basically was like, listen, you can't even do the stuff that you're wanting people to do, especially your husband. You can't even perform those all the time. And just doing character defamation, like, you're always doing this. It's like, I needed to take these things, the things that I wanted, I really needed to take to God. And really, oftentimes the things that I wanted, I couldn't get from God because I was out of order.
Yeah,
So-
and you know how we say that term out of pocket, and when you're out of pocket, you literally out of pocket. Like you don't get the same things, you know. And we didn't experience what we're experiencing now in terms of financial stability. I'm not saying we rich because we're not, but we're stable. And that took a long time, and I sometimes we go back and look at our past and we say, man, if we had just done XYZ 20 years ago,